We can create insight with digital safety and with digital productivity and be able to show customers what's really happening at the work face in terms of what's slowing down our people and even their people with work permits and interface with other crews. You can start to trend waste and eliminate that waste before it actually happens. It's the same thing with safety, and I see it in so many different facets with something as simple as behavior-based observations. So many contractors and owners use behavior-based observations, but what insight do they get from it other than checking a box to say that they did it? I've talked to a lot of construction and maintenance leaders who say, you know I have 500 people in the field, and I know I want them all to do one observation per day, so that's 500 observations per day. And they get 300, and they don't know where to look because they don't have data that says who's not participating. And that's at the most rudimentary issue, is that they don't have a feedback system. So then the client or the contractor has to employ a whole team of people to process and do data entry so that 2 weeks later they can get some insight back to that superintendent. But in that 2-week period, they're increasing the risk every day with those 200 people who aren't participating in a proactive way. So if you can give your client, give our people, give our contractor clients insight into who's participating, that's at the very most quantitative level of just doing a count. But then it goes way beyond that because we're digitizing all that participation. I don't just know that John Smith is participating, but I can look at what he's reporting and do qualitative reviews remotely. So I can have a safety administrator sitting back in our Edmonton or in our Stony Creek office, or sitting in the office in town in Fort McMurray, and being able to look at multiple sites and figure out who's reporting what kinds of safety trends, who's got quality data reporting, who needs coaching, what are the kinds of safety risks that we're seeing in terms of unsafe conditions or unsafe acts, and do something about it. Now, how you empower that is then you can use other digital tools to actually customize the communication with your employees. So if we are on a particular site and we see a trend in reporting of all of our employees on that site that there's a lot of housekeeping issues and that there's issues with personal protective equipment and let's say interfacing with other crews, then our system is dynamic where it actually customizes the toolbox meetings and the conversations that our supervisors have with our employees to actually engage our workforce in meaningful ways, so they start reporting housekeeping issues and we're sending them back toolbox talks and focus audits in real time so that they can see that we're really serious about safety, but we're getting them the information that they need in a very fast way so that they can put it to use. Because understanding that if you had 50 of your employees reporting housekeeping issues and you don't do anything as a safety culture for 2 weeks, the issue might have changed, but what's really changed is workers become disengaged because they're participating, but they're not seeing the value coming back. So this dynamic method of being able to capture who's participating, the quality of what they're telling us about safety or productivity, and then being able to look at what kinds of topics they're finding and showing us, and being able to push back coaching and content and reports back to our leadership saying, hey, here's the trends that are happening. The power that can have in terms of enhancing safety can be tremendous. Using that same system, we digitized our entire billing system with our customers. So most customers will be familiar with a LEM or field work record of labor, equipment, and materials that their contractors use, and they struggle with project controls and cost reporting and understanding how the project is on track. Literally with our system, all of our technicians have a tablet, and they present our clients with the daily daily LEMs on a tablet every day, and like literally microseconds after the client representative signs our LEM, they get a priced out copy of that LEM, having real-time cost reporting, and then all of the stakeholders who are managing the cost, from construction management and turnaround management to contracts and project controls people, they get a dashboard at whatever frequency they want. We could give it to them every hour, every 12 hours, every day, once a week, and we're constantly monitoring cost and informing our customer in real time. So the idea of being able to manage safety and productivity and cost, those are all digital technologies that are unique to Innovator, and that's layered on top of our approach with innovation and delivery, with composite sort of optimized crews, and on top of the mechanical technologies that we develop. And when we combine all of those things, we are reducing costs, we're improving productivity, we're driving transparency, but we're giving both our field teams and our clients' field teams with actionable insight that helps them make better decisions in real time. And the combination of all those things is really where the industry needs to go if we're going to be productive on the global market. And we're the only ones doing it. And I'm really proud of that. It makes me really proud and excited about where we're going as a company, the value we're bringing for our employees and their futures, and the massive value that we're creating for customers. The digital part of our business is really enhancing the core purpose of innovation and technology, innovation and delivery, to improve cost effectiveness, to improve productivity, and most importantly, to improve safety. And when we layer on digital tools around cost effectiveness, around safety, and around productivity, and being able to do really good qualitative reporting on that, and then turn that into actionable insight for everyone, including our workplace employees, it's just tremendous. And no one else is doing this. And it's, for me personally, I find this stuff easy, but I think many people in our industry find it really difficult to connect the dots between purpose and communication and bridging that gap digitally. But we've found a way to bridge the gap digitally with our core purpose. And I think that's what's really exciting, because I think it's the catalyst for explosive value that we can create for everybody.